up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe down below. Turn on the post notification bell. That way you get notified every time I post a new video. So judging by the title of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot you with the disclaimer before we get started on anything. Alright guys, so today's video is a new approach or a new little series, if you do say, that I want to start on this channel. It's basically where I mix the three things that I love the most, which is caffeine, crochet, and crime. Today I'm going to be making a Red Among Us, like that little, I don't know, computer game? I know, none of these things, well, actually, if you think about it, like, I'm kind of like a viejita in one of those, convalescent homes, you know, like I crochet and I drink my coffee and I watch crime shows all the time. Anyway, this video is gonna be more about the crime rather than the crochet. So if you're actually here for the crochet, I am going to be posting a separate video, or if you will say, how-to tutorial of what I make today. But yeah, this video, I would definitely opt out if you ain't here for that. So you get two versions of the crochet video, and I get a homie that I can sip my coffee with and just chill and talk about these crime stories. So let's stop fucking around and get real. Today we are going to be discussing the infamous serial killer, serial rapist, kidnapper, pedophile, and burglar, Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker. For those of you who don't know, Richard Ramirez was convicted of 13 counts of murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, and 14 counts of burglary. Sheesh, that guy was crazy. He literally lived his life on crime. He went on a rampage and basically terrorized the state of California from Los Angeles to San Francisco. Can you imagine living in that time? Like, he was literally the real life boogeyman. Now, let me just tell you, this was the type of person who would basically watch you while you lived your entire life like you would go about every day. Just imagine somebody who's scoping you out literally all day, knowing the time that you leave your house, the time that you come home, knowing where you live, where you work, where your kids go to school. I mean, this guy was that type of creep. He was the type of coward that would just sit in a tree all day and wait for you to go to sleep and literally be at your most vulnerable state, where he would just strike. He would love to go into people's houses when they were sleeping, when they were, you know, just in their most vulnerable state. That's all I could think about, because you're literally comfortable in your bed and then this freaking weirdo comes into your house and just either stabs, shoots, or bludgeons you to death. By these absolutely awful crimes is how he got himself the nickname the Night Stalker. What really gets me about this case is how many times they could have got him or were so close to getting him that, you know, it just fell through. And I'm not really gonna say it was police incompetence or he was just that good, but that's crazy. Eventually, in 1984, he was caught by the citizens of East LA. Woo! Let's give it up for the raza, dude. That's what's up. Not only did they apprehend him, but they fucked him up. They had metal sticks and they were just beating this guy. It is actually said that while this was happening, he was sticking his tongue out like a serpent and he was laughing while he was literally getting attacked by, I don't even know how many people. That's literally how lost his soul was. It is said that he was a proud Satanist and he professed his glory to the devil, basically. Unfortunately, just because he was caught, it did not mean that his victims had any peace. His entire trial was basically a scene from a movie. He had devil-worshipping outbursts. He liked to put on a show while he was there. And there was crowds of women, well, better yet, I'm gonna say groupies, that would show up to his courts. They would flash him, they would give him gifts, they would send him letters and nudies. Like, bitch, get some help. He was even married to a woman named Doreen Leoy, and he received fan mail to the day he died. Honestly, that is so disrespectful to the victims. Can you imagine the motherfucker that like killed your tia, your grandma, your uncle, and women are flocking to this guy? Not only that, I'm not saying it's any better, but this guy literally, you know, he was a kidnapper and a pedophile, and he sodomized children. I know this is not coffee, but it's the middle of the day, so. Richard Ramirez was eventually sentenced to 19 death sentences, guys. 19 death sentences. It is literally hard enough to get one death sentence, but to get 19 death sentences, that fool was never gonna see the sun again. He pled not guilty. Like, bruh, 19 death sentences. Like, how are you going to plead innocent to 19 death sentences? Not only that, but we had eyewitnesses, we had DNA evidence, we had forensic evidence, we had the murder weapons, we had so much on him. It was crazy for somebody like that caught to plead innocent. Richard Ramirez spent 23 years on death row in California State Prison, San Quentin. He died in 2013 and he was 53 years old. And get this, the motherfucker died of lymphoma. 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 Bruh. That is absolutely frustrating that at the end of the day, he got his show, he got his glory, and he got to die of natural causes with basically a painless death in a hospital. And while he was sitting on death row, he had it pretty good because he was not in general population. I know if he would have been in general population, he would have got his shit rocked a lot of times. But because he was on death row, they're basically in like a solitary confinement. They got their room, they got, you know, some of them get TVs and internet. So that is kind of why I don't really think I agree with the death penalty. I feel like it should be taken care of a lot sooner. Like, what is the point of having him sit there for 23 years when his victims didn't even get to see, you know, they didn't get anything. His victims didn't get anything. At the end of the day, there is people out there who buy shirts with this dude's face on it, who buy and make money off of merch that they make with this dude's face on it. And yeah, honestly, I am a horror fan. I love scary movies and I love all that shit, but I will not, absolutely not, let somebody monetize a serial killer, especially with how many victims Richard Ramirez had. I still think that there's probably more victims out there. There's other cases out there that this guy potentially knows about, but that's for another day, right? Well, that was my short and skinny on Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker. That guy was a piece of shit. And if you are a fan of him, then you're a piece of shit too. Like, seriously, do not go and buy merch with this dude's face on it. That is so disrespectful to the victims. Please remember that this is not a real life horror movie, though it may seem like it. There are victims out there who, you know, grieve their loved ones because this guy was what he was and did what he did. I really hope that you did enjoy this video as the introduction to my coffee, crochet, and crime series. I know I'm not drinking coffee, but I hope you did like the combination. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up down below and leave me a comment. Leave me a little suggestion or a story that you want me to cover, or if you want to see some more crochet, either one. And until next time, don't forget to smile now, cry never. Bye-bye.